Today is gig day, the big Miles and Coltrane gig that we're doing in Cambridge. People ask me, do I get nervous before big gigs and things like that? My glasses are filthy. I'll clean those in a minute. I don't really know. I think the great advantage of starting an instrument as a child and being okay at it and then becoming good at it and then being good enough to play professionally is you do so many performances that you become more excited than nervous. The hours kind of between arriving at the gig and finishing the sound check are hours that people are going to bother me, ask me questions. Kind of from, I normally say about an hour and a half before the gig, I don't want to know anything. I literally want to be able to get myself into a headspace where I'm able to perform to the best of my ability, because it's pointless doing everything else if when you actually get to perform you can't do what you're meant to do, whether that's, deliver a presentation at work, play a concert, be a sportsman. If all the other outside things are getting in the way, which then stops you from doing what you are good at and what you're supposed to be doing, then that's not good. And that's kind of why I'm vlogging now. And I'm not sure if this vlog will ever see the light of day, because whilst I love vlogging and it's great, it's not my primary job today. My primary job today is to make sure I play well tonight, that the band plays well, because as the band leader, that's an extra responsibility. And then everything else is secondary, because those people are paying money to come and hear a great show tonight. Maybe you're one of them, and therefore I want to make sure that they have a good show. Reed's playing so well, I almost don't want to play it, because I kind of want to stick it in the box and go, right, be that tonight. That's one of the best reeds I've ever pulled out of a case, and it blows so well. So about 12 years ago I had a gig up in near Lancaster, up in Lancashire, where I'm originally from. This was before I moved to London, and I had to pick up Sarah Hughes, who was the singer on the gig, and Sarah lived kind of beyond the gig, so the gig was between my house and Sarah's house. So I packed my car, I had to set the PA up, took the PA to the gig, set all the PA up at the gig, then went to pick Sarah up from her house, got back from picking Sarah up, got back to the gig, opened my boot and was like, where are my saxophones? What have I done with them? Looked around the gig, couldn't find them anywhere. Phoned my girlfriend at the time and said, are my saxophones still in the house? And she was like, no. I was like, crap, what have I done with my saxophones? Then she looked outside and it was December, freezing cold. I'd left the saxophones on the patio outside and I hadn't packed them in the car. I'd packed everything else into the car, a bit like today, mad amount of stuff to pack, and I'd forgotten to pack my horns. So I nearly left without my tenor today, which would have been interesting. I've arrived at gigs without soprano reeds before. I remember, yeah, we did Southport Jazz Festival and I was doing a gig with Mike Taylor. Loads of stuff planned on soprano. Had shedded massive amount of new stuff for soprano and didn't take any soprano reeds with me. So since then, what I've done, just try to combat things. I have a gig bag and I try and keep the gig bag with a separate set of saxophone stands, reeds and the whole thing, just in case I do cock up and I forget something. I know I've got spare parts for everything. It's about checking and rechecking, and it's kind of one of the things that experience teaches you as well. So heading into Cambridge now for this big Miles and Coltrane gig. The biggest problem with Cambridge is I can't park anywhere near the gig. Well, I don't think I can. I might. I'm just going to see. Sunday in Cambridge is a nightmare. I said about Cambridge on a Sunday. This traffic is horrendous, and the thing is, unlike London where it actually flows even though it's busy, in Cambridge it doesn't, just grinds to a halt because people just can't drive in it and not used to it. And I'm so tempted to be really cheeky and fly down the outside, but I don't know. Nice dressing rooms. How do I put the lights on? Hey, it's more like it. Just going through my warm-up routine before we go on stage in 6-7 minutes time, so I've really got to crack on if you don't mind.